Despite the stock market reaching new highs this year, ExxonMobil and Wells Fargo, the nation's largest energy firm and third biggest bank, respectively, have posted massive stock losses, yielding the two biggest market value plunges of 2020 as their sectors struggle to recover from a breakneck fall spurred by the coronavirus pandemic. $525 billion. That was Exxon's market capitalization at its peak in 2007, it's now down to about $175 billion. To compare, Wells Fargo has fallen to about $123 billion from a high of $320 billion at the start of 2018. It's been a terrible year for cyclical sectors like energy and financials, which tend to outperform during periods of economic prosperity but fall hard during recessions. However, some experts think a turnaround is in store as widespread vaccination moves closer to becoming reality. In a note to clients earlier this month, Bank of America analysts called financials and energy their top two sectors for 2020, calling them unapologetically cyclical and the new growth stocks. Some Wall Street firms, however, still aren't too keen on the year's worst performing sectors. While downside risks remain in the form of second or even third wave of infections and renewed lockdown measures, optimism around COVID-19 vaccines could make 2021 a tale of two halves for U.S. banks, Fitch Ratings analysts said in a note December 15, reiterating a negative rating for the sector and saying performance shouldn't ramp up until later in the year once vaccination efforts prove economically fruitful. S&P Global Platts' Chris Midgley shared a similar outlook for energy just one day prior, saying, "While in the long term we are optimistic about a rebound of oil demand, in the short term we expect things to worsen, with increased second-wave lockdowns resulting in much weather gasoline demand." Despite U.S. stocks piling on nearly $6 trillion in market value this year, second only to 2019's $7 trillion gain, according to the Wilshire Total Value Index, only 300 of the S&P's 500 constituent firms have climbed in value this year. Heading up losses are Carnival and Norwegian of the embattled cruise industry. They're down nearly 60% each, representing diminished market value of about $30 billion combined. Who's right behind ExxonMobil and Wells Fargo? AT&T, Chevron and Boeing are down $74 billion, $68 billion and $61 billion, respectively. Walmart, Disney, Hilton and 8 more stocks Bank of America's experts are buying for 2021. Forbes, here's how high the stock market will go in 2021. According to Wall Street's experts, Forbes, Alibaba loses $90 billion in market value, S&P ends week in red amid stimulus uncertainty before Christmas. Forbes.